Hello, everyone, and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar series where we explore trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. My name is Paulina. I'm the community manager at iSpring, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. And I'm sure, as all of you know, today we will be talking about building gorgeous interactions in no time with iSpring Suite. And as a presenter, I have invited my colleague from Technical Support Department, Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you doing today? Happy to have you here.
Hi, Paulina. Thank you for having me. And I'm doing great. And how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, and I hope today's session will be a success. And I also have great news for everyone who needs to go to another session or maybe to a meeting or maybe go back to work. This session is being recorded, so guys, no worries, you will receive a link to a replay sometime after the webinar. However, I would like to encourage you to stay till the very end because it's a great opportunity to address your questions directly to our presenter. And to do so, please submit them in the question box, which you will find on the right side of the GoToWebinar panel. And right now on the screen, you should see how it looks. I also have today with me my other colleague from Technical Support Department, Arena, and she will be helping me with the questions coming in the chat during the session. So guys, please keep those questions coming. We will be very happy to address them. And I think at this point we are ready to begin. So Anna, let me please pass the mic over to you. Right?
Mhm. Uh-huh. And do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, hello everyone, and I'm really happy to start our webinar today. Thank you for joining us. I would like to ask you if something goes wrong with the presentation or any questions arise, please let us know in the question box on the right side of the GoToWebinar panel. iSpring has always had interactions to help you present your training content and engage learners. The Interactions feature, also known as iSpring Visuals, can visualize your information and present it in different form. In the new version, you will find 14 awesome interactive templates. Even though there are lots of cool new interactions, they're still really easy to use. You just need to add your information, text and pictures, and your interaction is done. So let's quickly go through the outline of our webinar. We will take a look at a general overview of each interaction, how they work, and what kind of information you can visualize with them. Together, we will create examples of each interaction and see how the new options work in the updated iSpring visuals. Also, we will take a look at how interactions work on mobile devices. Before the webinar, we sent you all the necessary resources so that you can open them and perform the same steps. If you didn't have a chance to download them, please let us know in the chat so Paulina will be able to share the link with you. Also, I really want to introduce some new improvements that were made in the iSpring visuals. So now it's time to meet our interactions. So I believe that you know this. However, let me mention one thing. If you have iSpring Suite, you can add interaction as a part of your presentation, or even create it as a standalone project. We will start with standalone interactions. So let me quickly close our outline and let me show you how you can open iSpring Visuals as a standalone project. To do so, I need to go to the Windows Start menu, typing in iSpring Visuals, and open the iSpring Visuals 9 application. So now I need to click on New Interaction, and we are ready to start. So as you can see, all the interactions are divided in 4 groups. It's process, annotation, hierarchy, and the catalog. So we will take a look at each interaction one by one. And let's start with the steps interaction. So I will select it in the list and click Create Interaction. Using this interaction, you can add step-by-step instructions and guides. This interaction will help you train your employees to act automatically in emergency situations. As you can see, there are some default templates on the left side. This kind of templates are available in each interaction. And if you want, you can just fill them up with your content or delete them by clicking on the delete button on the toolbar. Of course, you can add new steps too, and to do so, you just need to click on where it says Add Step on the toolbar as well. Also, you might have noticed that there are additional slides called Introduction and Summary. You can add cover for your interaction on the introduction slide and use the summary slide as a conclusion. So if you want to show them, you just need to make sure that the checkbox for them is selected. Now let's create our example. And to save time, I will add only 2-3 items to each interactions. So we will start creating our interaction together. You will be able to finish them on your own. So now I just need to add my information in my steps interaction. And to do so, I will open the resources folder, which we sent you. So let me quickly find it. I saved it on my desktop. So I will open it up and find the steps folder. As you can see, there are three folders: pictures, sample, and text. So all the pictures needed for this interaction you will be able to find in the pictures folder. The already pre-made example you will be able to find in the sample folder, and all the text information you will find in the text folder. So let me go to the text and open the text document. So guys, I have two monitors. So I will open all these resources files on the second monitor, so it will be more convenient to copy and paste all the information. And now in this Word document, for text for your interactions, you will be able to find the underlined text. It specifies where you need to insert this text. The text in bold is for titles, and then formatted text is for the descriptions. So let me quickly move the resources to my second screen and go back to my interaction. So let's create the first tab. I will quickly copy and paste the titles and descriptions from the resources to our interaction. So let me quickly do so. Do the same for the second step. And do the same for the third step. And here we go. Okay, now it's done. And now let's go to the introduction here and edit our introduction slide. So first of all, I will delete the default title and insert my picture so it will be like a cover for my interaction. To do so, I need to click on the description area, go to the Insert tab, and click on there it says Picture. Now I need to find my resources folder on my desktop, go to Tabs, Pictures, select Picture 1, and click on Open. Okay, here we go. And now let's add the pictures for my steps. So I go to the very first tab, click on description area, click on insert, picture, and in the same resources folder for my steps, I will select picture 2 and click on open. Now let's go to the second slide, second step, go go to description area, click on insert, picture, and select picture 3 and click on open. Okay, I believe that we've done these steps. So now let's go to properties and see what settings we can set for our steps interaction. So to do so, I need to go to the very first tab named after the interaction type, and as you can see there, I can change the position of the tabs, for example, on the left. So let me change it to top. Also, I can set number and format from the list and select a text animation. So let me quickly close my introduction slide by clicking on X. And what does it mean, text animation? As you can see, if I go to the next slide, to the next tab, there will be kind of animation between changes of slides. So I can select another text animation mode. So let's say I will select none. And in this case, I will just have my slides like this. Okay, so now let me click on apply and close and go back to my interaction. Now I believe that you can finish the interaction on your own. So let's go and preview the interaction to see how it will work. And to do so, I need to click on where it says preview on the toolbar. So this is how my interaction will look after publishing. So as I already mentioned, the introduction slide will be displayed as a pop-up window, which I can close. And to go forward to the next step, to the next slide of interaction, I can use the navigation buttons on the bottom or just use the steps on the slide itself. Okay, so let's close the preview and save our interaction. And to do so, I need to go to the main menu and click on where it says save. So let me quickly create a desktop for all our interactions. I will do it. I will create it on my desktop. So just right click, go to new and select folder. And let's name it 14 interactions. I will open this folder and click on save. Okay, so let's move on to the next interaction, and the next interaction is a timeline. So I need to go to the main menu again and click on New, and in the list of interactions, select timeline. timeline allows you to show you company history or the stages of a specific process. So let me show you how it works. So I will just click on Create Interaction. Okay, and here we go. As an example, we will create two periods and two events. And to do so, I will use the default templates. Of course, if you want, you can add an additional period and events using the Add Period and Add Event buttons on the toolbar. So let's go to the first period. I will delete the default title and copy the correct title from my resources. So let me quickly go to Resources, Timeline, Text, and open the Word document. Okay, so I will quickly copy and paste all the information for the first period. Let me quickly do the same for the event 1. And do the same for period 2. Mhm. Uh, I believe then that's it. So now I need to add the pictures for my period and for my events as well. So as we did before with steps interaction, I need to go to the interaction slide, click on description area and go to insert and select picture. Now we need to find resources, go to the timeline, pictures, and for the first period slide, it will be picture 1, the correct one. Now I need to change my picture's position. To do so, I just need to drag and drop it to the correct place, like this. Now I go to the event 1 and the first period. So click on the description area again, go to insert, picture, and select picture 2. Now we need to change its position within the text. And how to do so? I just need to click on the picture, go to the Format tab on the toolbar, go to the position, and select whichever position I want, let's say this one. And if I move the picture, it will look like this. Also, I want to tell you about one of our improvements for the pictures. Now in iSpring Visuals 9, you can add alt text, also known as alternative text, to your pictures. And to do so, I need to select a picture, go to the Format tab, and type in my text in the alternative text option. Why this option is very important for us? The thing is, adding alternative text for images is the first principle of web accessibility. It is read by screen readers in place of images, allowing the content and function of the image to be accessible to those with visual and certain cognitive disabilities. So it will make your courses, your interactions available for some people with some disabilities. Okay, What else I can set up for my timeline? If if I want, I can change this, change the color of the periods and events. How to do so? First of all, I need to select an item from the period itself, or any event from the period, and click on where it says period color on the toolbar on the very first tab. And then just select the color that I want. Let's say this one. Now let's change the color of the second period. To do so, I select period 2 or event 2, go to period color again, and select a color from the list. Let's say this one. So I believe we are done with the timeline interaction, and let's go to preview and see how it will work after publishing. Okay, and here we go. As you can see, I can go forward just using the timeline itself or using the navigation buttons. Also, with iSpring, you can preview how it will work on tablets and mobile devices. To do so, in the preview window, you just need to go to the tablet or mobile view. So let me go to tablet portrait, and this is how it will work on tablets. And if I go to mobile view, mobile devices. So I can use the timeline to navigate, or I can use the navigation buttons if I want to. So let's close the preview window and move forward to the next interaction. So I go to the main menu and save our interaction in our folder just by clicking on save, and go to the main menu again, new, and the next interaction is Cyclic Process. This is a new interaction that was not included even in version 8. So using this interaction type, you can show any repetitive process. So let me select it and click on Create Interaction. In this interaction, we will add 3 steps, and I will use a default template for the steps. However, as in the previous interactions, you can add more steps using the Add Step button on the toolbar. So I will open the resources folder again, go to Cyclic Process, go to Text, and open the text document. So let me quickly copy and paste information from there. I'll try to do so very, very quick. The second step is done, and the third step. And the third step is done. Okay, so as you can see, the text from the document was automatically formatted. However, if you want, you can format your text directly in iSpring Visuals. And to do so, you just need to use the Format Text tab on the toolbar. Now, let's see what we can set up here for this interaction. And if you want, we can change the color of the tabs, which will be displayed on the circle. And so how can I do this? To do so, I just need to go to the very first tab, select this tab from the list on the left side, and click on where it says Step Color. and select the color that I want. So let's say for the first step, we will select this color. Let's do the same for the second step. So we need to select this tab in the list, go to step color and select a new color. So let's say it will be this one. And if you want, you can do it for each step for sure. Also, we can rotate the circle so that the steps will be displayed as we need. To do so, I just need to click on Rotate Circle on the toolbar and select how exactly I want to rotate them. Let's select this option, so it will look like this. Now let's go and preview our interaction. So to do so, I just need to go to Preview, and this is how it will work. If I will see the description of each step if I click on the step on the diagram or if I use the navigation buttons on the bottom. In the mobile view, it will look like this. So the first step will be opened by default, and to go to the next step, I just can click on the diagram or use the navigation buttons. So let me close the preview window and save our interaction. So I go to the main menu, click on Save, and save it to our folder. And the next interaction will be Process. This interaction allows you to visually represent some actions united by a common purpose. So, for example, I can illustrate different processes like steps of product selling, composing a tender application, or a fire emergency evacuation plan for the office workers. So I just select it in the list and go to create interaction. Now I will open this folder in, in my resources and go to the text and quickly open it. So as we did before, I will quickly just copy and paste the correct titles and descriptions. They're the same as it was for the steps interaction. So just a moment, one more step, and we are ready to see what we can set up and how it will work after publishing. So here we go. If you want, we can set up step colors. And to do so, I just need to select step and click on step color and select the correct color from the list. So let's say this one. Also, let's go to properties to see what we can set up here for our process interaction. As you can see, as it was in the steps interaction, we can set process position. So let's change it to the bottom. We can change the text animation, and also for standalone interactions, we can unselect display navigation buttons option. So this way there will be no navigation buttons. However, let me pay your attention that this can be done only for standalone interactions. If your interactions were inserted into your course, it is not possible um, to disable these navigation buttons. But we have a workaround on how you can set this up to make it work even with this navigation buttons in your course. So please stay tuned to the very end, and I will show you how it can be done with iSpring Suite. So now let's apply and close our changes. Go to the main menu and save our interaction to our folder. So now let's move forward. So go to the main menu again and click on New. As you can see, we are done with the process section, and now it's time to move on to the annotation section. And this is completely new kind of interactions, but was not included in iSpring Visuals 8. And it allows you to add interactive areas with descriptions for your pictures. So let's take a look at the very first interaction of this group, and it's called Labeled Graphic. So I click on that and click Create Interaction. This interaction allows you to add labels to your pictures, and with a labeled graphic, it is more easier to explain parts of a complex device. So now I need to make a quick note. Then you create a new interaction from this section. There will be a default picture, as you can see on the right side, right here. Um, in order to change this, you need to click Change Picture on the ribbon here on the very first tab, or you can use the Change button on the right side under this picture. So let's click on there. It says Change. Select from File and select the correct. So go to Resources, Labeled Graphic, Pictures, and select Picture 1. Here we go. Now let's change the text for the labels using the resources. So I need to open my resources, labeled graphic, text, and open the text document. So now I will quickly copy and paste the right titles and descriptions for 4 labels. So I will be able to show you how you can add a new label and how it will be displayed on the picture right after you edit it. So give me just a moment. I will quickly copy and paste titles and descriptions for the first three first 3 labels. So now I need to go to the add label to add a new label to my picture. As you can see, it appears on my picture and it was kind of randomized. However, if I want, I can definitely move these markers to the right places. And give me just a moment. I will quickly copy its description for the last label and show you how you can move the markers. So to move the markers, I first of all need to zoom into the picture. And to do so, I move my cursor to the line between the text area and picture. And as you can see, it's turned into double arrow. So I just click and drag to the left to zoom into the picture. And here we go. Now I just need to quickly uh, set my markers to the right place. So to do so, I need to select label 1, and as you can see, this is this marker. So let me quickly move each marker to the right place. Just a moment. Here we go. And this one. Okay, here we go. Uh, what else I can set up here? If you want, you can change the marker style and the marker color. And to do so, you just need to select the marker. Let's say the first one. And to change the color, I need to go to marker color on the toolbar on the very first tab and select, let's say, this color. Also, to change the marker style, I need to go to the marker style now and change it, let's say, to this one. As you can see, all these changes are applied and this is how it will look. So now let's go to preview and see how it will work after publishing. So I go to preview. And as you can see, I need to click on marker to see the label's description like this. So I can just, there will be a pop-up window and I need to scroll down to read it all. And if I want, I can use the navigation buttons to navigate as well. So let me close the preview and go to the main menu and click save. Save it to our folder and let's go forward to the next interaction type. Go to new and the next interaction type is guided image. This kind of interaction lets you add arrows to your picture. And if your users go through this interaction, he or she will be able to read a description for each arrow. This way, you can draw your user's attention to specific detail on the picture. Added arrows will appear one by one in the published version of the course. So let me click Create And as we did in the previous interaction, we need to change the picture, the default one. To do so, I need to click on Change Picture on the toolbar, go to Resources, Guided Image, Pictures, and select Picture 2. The picture 1 is for introduction if you want to add it. So click on Open, and here we go. Now let me quickly copy and paste the correct text from my resources as we did before, exact same steps. So just a moment, I will quickly copy and paste the correct titles and its descriptions. I will do it just for three labels, so we can navigate through them and see how it will work after publishing. Okay, here we go. We change the labels, titles, and descriptions, and now we need to set arrows to the correct places. I can do so as in the previous interaction on the picture on the right side here. So I can zoom in if you need to. So let's select the first arrow and just set it to the right place. The second arrow is here and the third arrow is here. So let's go to the very first arrow and now I need to change its position, and I mean direction. I want to rotate this arrow. To do so, I just need to select this arrow using the list of labels on the left side here. So just select it in the list, or I can click on it on this picture so it will be selected as well. And now I go to direction and let's change it to, let's say, 45. And for the second interaction, second arrow, let's change it to, I don't know, let's say this one. Sorry, oops, like this. Also, if you want for these arrows, you can change their color. And to do so, you need to select an arrow first. Let's say select this one, go to arrow color on the toolbar under very first tab, and select whichever color from the list which you want to use, like this. Now let's go to the preview to see how it will work after publishing. As you can see, the first arrow appear, and then if I go to next, the second arrow will appear. So they appear, just as I said, one by one, like this. So let me quickly go to the mobile view to see how it will work on the mobile. First, the user will see the picture itself, and they need to scroll down to read its description. So I can, and I need to use the navigation buttons to proceed with interaction. So I close the preview, go to the main menu, and click on Save to save it to our folder. Now let's go to main menu again, click on U, and let's go to Hotspot. The hotspot interaction allows you to add custom areas with description to your picture. So I can add a description of the selected hotspot. So let's create it, and I will add only 2 hotspots on my picture to save our time. So I go to Resources, go to Hotspot, go to Text, and open the text document again, as we did before. Quickly copy and paste the correct titles and descriptions to my hotspots. And now we need to adjust the hotspots to the right places. I need to do it directly on the picture on the right side here. And first of all, we need to zoom into the picture as we did before. So like this. After that, I need to select the hotspot. This is the first one. Oops, I'm sorry. I forgot to change the default picture, so let me quickly do so. I click on Change from File, go to Resources, Hotspot, go to Pictures, and select Picture 2. So, okay, now I can adjust my hotspots just because we have the correct picture here. So I will just, to do so, to adjust the hotspots, I need to move the cursor to the edges of the hotspot and just drag them to give it the correct form, like this. And for the second hotspot, it will look like this. Of course, if you want, you can add your own hotspots. And to do so, you need to click on Add Hotspot and select its shape. So by default, they're rectangle and ellipse. However, if you want to create your own shape, you just need to select polyline and just draw it as you want on the picture. So now, if I now I want to change the color of the first hotspot, just because I don't love this green so much. And to do so, I will select the hotspot on the list, go to the hotspot color, and select it to the right one. So let's say uh, this purple. Now let's go to preview to see how it will work after publishing. Oops. Okay, everything is fine. Um, I just was afraid, but it very tired for today, and iSpring visuals don't is tired of our interactions as well. But it's not. Everything's working. Everything's fine. Great. So to view the hotspot descriptions now, I need just to click on the hotspot, and its description will appear. Also, to navigate, I can use the navigation buttons as well. So let me close the preview window and go and save our interaction. Now let's move forward. Go to the main menu again and click on New. And the next section will be hierarchy. There are two interactions, and we will, just to save the time, we will take a look only at one, and it's called circle diagram. However, if you want, just let me know in the chat that you want to view the pyramid as well, and we will definitely do it during our Q&A session. I will be happy to show you this. Okay, so let me select circle diagram and click on create interaction. Using this interaction, you will be able to present your information using layers and segments. For each segment, you can add a description that will be shown when your user clicks on the segment. For example, will help you visualize your brand values or show how your target audience is segmented. So I will create only 3 layers, and the first layer will include one segment, the second layer will include 2 segments, and the third layer will include three segments, exact how it is shown by templates now. So I go to my resources, go to circle diagram, text, and open our resources. So let me quickly, like very quick, copy and paste all this information. So I will quickly do it now as we did before. So we will do it, do this interaction fully. So we will end it now during the webinar. So just one more moment. I will try to make it more faster to copy all this information. So, 2 segments to go. Already done. Okay. Okay, so now it seems that I kind of misled you, and here will be only 2 segments. So let me quickly delete this segment. And to do so, I need to select it in the list and click on delete. What I can set up for this diagram, if I want, I can move, I can rotate a layer and change its color. So to do so, I just need to layer color, go to layer color and select, let's say, more colors and select this one. So it will look like this. Also, let me quickly go to properties to show you what you can set up here. Uh, Here you can set up where the diagram will be displayed on the left side or on the right side. So let's look left. Here you can set up text animation as well. And also you can set up the group navigation. So let's say this one. So your user will go to core using the navigation buttons. He will start from this very like under layer. So let me apply and close it and go to preview one more time to show you how it will work on mobile devices. So I go to mobile and here you go. So I can just click on each segment to show its description. Also, I can use the navigation buttons for sure to be able to navigate. And in the mobile view, here is the outline. So I can click here and change to whichever interaction slide I want to go to. So let me close the preview window, go to main menu and click on save. Save our interaction and let's go on to the next interaction, group. So here to save a time, we will take a look not at all the interactions, only on some just really interesting one. However, please be sure if you want to take a look at something more closely, please let me know and I will definitely do it. So first of all, we will create the glossary interaction. And it allows you to quickly create a glossary of terms, a dictionary, or a simple catalog. So I will from my resources. So I go to resources again, go to glossary, text, and open the text document. So let me quickly copy and paste the correct titles and descriptions. And as you can see, so just a moment, you will be able to see it now. All terms as displayed in alphabetical order. Oops, I'm sorry. It seems that I didn't copy it, the description. So, yep, now everything is correct. So here I really want to show you one improvement. Do you know that you're able to set up the navigation through the interaction using the navigation links, also known as hyperlinks? So let me show you how to set this up. I will open just this page. It's exactly one that I need to use asynchronous learning. And here I will select an online learning course phrase. Now I go to the Insert tab and click on there it says hyperlink. In the link to list, I will select interaction item and select 3D book in the list. Click on OK, and here we go. So let's quickly preview our interaction to see how it will work after publishing. So I need to go to the asynchronous learning and click on phrase and online learning course. And as you can see, I will be forwarded to one interaction slide, which is specified in the hyperlink. So if you want, you can use this navigation type as well. So let's close the preview window, go to the main menu and save our interaction to our folder. And now let's go to the next very interesting interaction, and it's called Media Catalog. So I go,
Anna,
yes, I can hear you.
it's Paulina here. Yeah. I just wanted to ask you to give a little heads up to everyone who is still with us of how much more time you will need to cover the rest of the interactions because we are past 1 hour of the webinar
Okay,
time. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of how much more time they will need
sure,
to invest. Hmm.
sure. I believe that we will cover two more interactions and quickly go through to from our improvements. And I believe it will not take more than 10 minutes to cover this.
Hmm. Thank you. Yeah, and guys, I just wanted to let you know one more time really quickly if you really need to leave the session, you are more than welcome to do so because I will be sending a link to a replay sometime after the webinar. And of course, thanks for joining everyone.
Okay, so now we go to Media Catalog and click Create Interaction. This, this interaction will help you to um, create a catalog for your employees so they can navigate for the products offered by a company. And this is a great template for a product training in spheres. Their products can be easily shown visually, like, for example, if you sell clothes, devices, or food. And now we will add just two cards here. So in this case, we will get an idea of how it will work. I will quickly open the resources, go to Media Catalog, Text, and open the text file. And let me quickly copy and paste the right title and its description for these two cards. Now we need cards, and to do so I need just select the card first, and then on the right side there is a picture, a default one. So to change it, I go to change and from file and select the correct picture in our resources. So go to Media Catalog, Pictures, select Picture 2 for card number 2, and select Picture 1 for card number 1. Okay, so here we go. Now let's go to preview to see how it will work. So it can take a couple of seconds to get ready for it. So just a moment. So I will just, okay, here we go. And as you can see, all your cards will be presented as a catalog. And by clicking on the cards, users can open the picture and read its description. And to go back to the main menu to all the cards, to the list of all the cards, users can use the X button on at the top right corner. Also, to navigate through the interaction, you can use the navigation buttons at the bottom as well. So let me close the interaction now. Go to the main menu, click on Save, and save it to our interaction folders. So now one very important feature that I really want you to show, but I'm afraid that we don't, we will not, but I'm afraid that not all the attendees will be able to see it just because we are already run of our time. But anyway, let me create a new interaction, and I will create an accordion interaction. So I just click on it and click on create interaction. With this interaction, you can show a call handling procedure or even organize an online office tour for interns so they can explore in your office and their future workplace. So let me quickly open the right folder in the resources. So go to Accordion, text, go to the text and quickly copy and paste information for 2 panels. So just a moment, one more second to make it very quickly. Here we go. And now one important step is what you can add audio files to your interaction slides. And to do so, you need to click on the description area, go to the Insert tab, Audio, and select already existing file on your computer or record your own narration, let's say. So let me quickly select uh, audio from our resources folder. So I select it and click on Open. As you as soon as you edit, there will be an audio icon, and if you want, you can set up if it will start automatically or if it will start on click. So let me set that it will start only if user clicks on this. So I need to select the Enable Playback Controls option under the Options tab. And in the Start, I need to select on click. So now let's go and preview our interaction to see how it will look after you published your course. So just one more moment. iSpring will quickly make it ready for you. Quickly close all my text documents on my second screen. And here we go. This is how it will look after publishing. So here are some panels which you can click and go forward to view its description. And on the second panel, where exactly we added the audio file, there is, you can see this timeline, this playback section. There you can start your audio file. So I just need to click it and the audio will go. I'm not sure if you will be able to listen to the audio which I added, but believe me, it's still here. So now let's close the preview mode, save our interaction. Just go to the main menu and click on save and go to visuals. So now I believe that we are done with the interactions. I believe that you will be able to finish all the interactions on your own. However, if any questions arise, please feel free to send us a message at support@ispringsolutions.com. We will be super happy to help. But now I need to introduce introduce you some improvements that were made in the latest updated version of iSpring Visuals. So here is the first one. Now, as you already know, just because we very used these tabs in our webinar, here are two new tabs. I'm sorry, the insert and the format text, which allows you mm, to make it we just try to make it more convenient to you to format text, and now you can easily do it directly in iSpring visuals. You don't need to use any other applications. To do so, for example, Word, you can just directly edit it as you need in iSpring visuals. Also, the second improvement I really want to tell you about is regarding the properties option. Now you can select text animation for the descriptions, and as we did it before today in our webinar, so I believe you already know this. However, let me just refresh this in our memory, and I will go to the first tab, go to properties, and uh, just select the needed item in the text animation list to change this. So go to apply and close. And I hear two more improvements. I'm really sorry, but it takes so much time, but please be sure it's worth it. The next very, very important and very, very interesting improvement that I want to show you, it's then, as I promised in this webinar, but you can set up the navigation type for interactions which were added to your course. So not a standalone interaction, but an interaction which will inserted into your course, a PowerPoint presentation. So let me quickly create a new PowerPoint presentation, create 3 slides here, and to the second slide, I will add my interaction that we just created with you. To do so, I need to go to the iSpring Suite tab, click on Interaction, and select one of the interactions which we just created. So let's say it will be circle diagram. I just selected it in the list of the recent interactions, but you can add your own interaction, and to do so, you just need to click on Browse and select the file on your computer. Now, even Return to Course button. Here we go. This is how interaction will look if you add it to your PowerPoint presentation. So, however, please be sure, but it looks like a static image right now, but after publishing, everything will work as it expected. So let me quickly go to preview to show you how it will work after you publish your course and show you how you can change this behavior. So here we go. If I go to the slide with the interaction, like this, and go to the next, I will be forwarded to the next interaction slide. But if you want, you can set up the navigation type for these buttons, so they will be forward to user to the next slide in your presentation. Not with, so users will proceed not within the interaction, but proceed within the course. And how to do so? Let me quickly close this window, go to Slide Properties, select our slide with the interaction in the list, go to Interaction and Properties. And to change the navigation type, I need to select in the Preview Next button's advanced list, I will select Slides in the presentation. So this way, it will not be necessary to view all the interaction pages, and users can just proceed to the next course slide, not the interaction one. So let's save and close. And the last improvement I want to tell you about, and I think it's really important, it's what now you can publish on your interactions to an LMS, And now they will be tracked, and each page of the interaction will be considered as a slide in the presentation. So let me quickly, I promise I will do it really quickly. uh, Let me quickly go to my folder where we saved all our interactions. Go to, let's say, step interaction to open. Let me open it from from here, from our course. And to publish your interaction as a standalone project, not as a part of the course, I need to go to the main menu, click on Publish, and just select the LMS tab. However, if you're using our LMS called iSpring Learn, you can publish your courses directly there just by using the iSpring Learn tab. So now, if your user will view only a part of the interaction, he or she will get the in progress status instead of completed. So here she needs to view the whole interaction to have this course as completed one. So, okay, guys, you did a really great job. Today, we created a bunch of new cool interactions with iSpring Visuals 9, and now you know each improvement made in version 9. So, hope that you enjoyed the webinar and got some useful information. And I'm really sorry for this kind of extra extension of time 10 plus minutes. So thank you for just paying your attention and staying with us till the end.
Thanks a lot, Anna. I think it was a wonderful session. It really is a very detailed webinar and it covers all the little tips and tricks and really shows the process of creating interactions. And I did not realize that we do have this many interactions, which is kind of exciting and in terms of a webinar, takes a lot of time to cover. And I would like to thank all of you guys who stayed with us till the very end. We really appreciate it. And I would like to invite you to our next webinar, which will be held next Thursday, May 9th. And we will be talking about getting results through e-learning. And as an expert, we have invited Clint Clarkson, who is a wonderful e-learner, and he's very passionate about what he does. And he will really show us what doesn't work in the processes of e-learning and how we can really tweak it and make it work. So I will be sharing a link to this webinar in the chat section right now with you guys. So again, we will be talking about getting results through e-learning in our companies. I would very much love to see all of you coming and join us during this session. And right now, I would like to spend maybe about 5 minutes to see if there are still any questions left from our audience. We do have a couple of people whom we will definitely reach after the webinar because they had a lot of questions that we need to further discuss. But if you guys would like to share with us anything or let us know something about this webinar or ask us your question about interactions, this is the perfect time to do that. And if you just would like to share your feedback about this webinar, that's going to be great as well. So I will give you just like a moment to send your questions in. So I'm not sure if Anna, can you see the questions in the chat?
So give me just a moment. Yes, I can see them definitely.
So there is a question from Virginia. Can you use CSS style sheets?
So I'm afraid that currently you can just format the text directly in iSpring Visuals.
Mhm.
So, and I'm afraid that it's not possible to use the CSS style sheets right now, but it sounds like a very good um, request to our product development team, and be sure that I'll definitely pass it on to them.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And I guess Julio is asking, can I insert an interaction as an element in a PowerPoint with PowerPoint plugin?
You can insert your interaction using iSpring Suite and for PowerPoint.
Mhm.
So it will play as it should and everything will work very fine. And if you need some instructions on how to do so, please let us know and we will get back to you after the webinar.
Right. Thanks a lot, Anna. Virginia is asking, can you define specific corporate colors?
Yes, sure. For each interaction, you can create its own color scheme, and to do so, you just need to, let's say, for a cyclic diagram, under the very first tab, there is the colors option, which allows you to set up your own colors for the player itself.
Hmm.
So as soon as you did it, you can just save your preset and just apply it to another interactions if you want to.
Sounds like a very handy feature. And while we still have a couple of minutes, maybe you can show really quickly how you can insert an interaction on a slide
Sure,
using
sure.
iSpring Suite. Hmm.
Yes, first of all, I just need to note that you can create your interaction directly in the course, so you don't need to reinsert something. And to do so, you just need to have the iSpring Suite add-in in your PowerPoint, and then create a new slide for your interaction, and click on there it says interaction on the iSpring Suite ribbon. Here you can select a brand new interaction, like
Hmm.
using the new interaction option. So then you just will select the interaction type in the list and click on create interaction, sorry. Or if you already have, or let's say your colleague sent you some interaction and you want to insert it, you can just click on there, it says browse, and select a file from your computer which you want to insert. So let's say I want to insert hotspot and click on,
Too, too many to choose from.
yeah, click on open. Here we go. And to add it to your course, you just need to click on save and return to course. And after that, your interaction will be part of a course.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Anna.
Mhm.
And there is a question from Sherry. Are scripts only part of an interaction, or can you create a script from the notes section in the presentation?
Mhm. So I'm Sherry, thank you for your question, and I'm really sorry. I'm not sure if I get it right, but do you mean like scripts for interaction slides, or you mean something different? And I just didn't get it.
Yes, Sherry, please let us know. Let us know. A script for a regular slide that isn't an interaction.
Yes, you can definitely create like with iSpring Suite in general. There is a part when you publish your course, there will be the Notes tab on the player itself, and if you add notes there, they will be displayed on the published course as well. So this is how the notes section works in the iSpring Suite.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, Anna. And Virginia is asking, can you print a completion certificate?
And do you mean completion certificate for the course or for, let's say, interaction only or for the quizzes? For the course, I'm afraid that currently it's not possible to create kind of a certificate after completion of the course, but a lot of different a lot of modern LMS allows you to add a certificate of the completion of the course. For example, if you use iSpring Learn, here you can add your own template and set this template as as certificates for your courses.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, Anna. So at this point, Um, I think we really need to wrap up our webinar, and we still do have a couple of questions that we would like to take care of. We will get back to you guys after this session. I would like to thank all of you for joining us today and for staying till the very end of this webinar. We very much appreciate it. And if you do have any other questions, please send them to support@ispringsolutions.com. I'm sending the email that you can use in the chat. So you're very welcome to chat with our support team. I would like to thank Anna for this wonderful presentation and Arena for taking care of the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paulina, for having me, and hope you all have a wonderful day.
Wonderful. Okay, yes, I do hope that you guys have a great day and we will see you at the next webinar. Bye, everyone. Bye, Anna. Bye, Arena.
Bye, everyone.